Hey guys, it's Miss Escurel here. Coming to you with an introduction for our book that we're going to start reading of Mice and Men. Today we're going to do just a visual introduction to get you familiar with the setting, and just some of the historical background. Now I'm not going to go into every detail, as if we were in school on every day, then I would be doing a lot more. But this is just a real quick historical background, and a visualization of the setting. And then after you do this, view this, I guess my lecture to you of this introduction. There's a short video, and then an anticipation guide. So that's what you'll do today. And then on Wednesday, we'll actually have a reading of the book. So I hope you enjoy. I'm going to click off my face because it gets in the way of the presentation. So let me click off my face. Okay, let's present this. All right, so our book of Mice and Men, the author is John Steinbeck. He's a Nobel-winning writer. He's written a lot about the Great Depression, and Of Mice and Men is also takes place during the Great Depression. It was written in 1937. If you remember from U.S. history, the Great Depression started with the stock market crash of 1929, and so it was basically through the whole 30s, and we really didn't get completely out of it until World War II. So it was written during the Great Depression, takes place during the Great Depression. This is a picture of, let me turn on my pointer here. This is a picture of John Steinbeck here. He's got some big old ears, but anywho, and it takes place where he grew up in California, in a place called Salinas, or the Salinas Valley. It takes place during the Great Depression. We're going to look a little more at the Salinas Valley here. So the Salinas Valley is part of California's rich farmland country. It's where many of our fruits and vegetables and grains, they still come from, because the climate is almost perfect year round for growing crops. So here's a picture here of the farmland in the valley, and then these in the back are the Gavilan Mountains. Pretty beautiful, actually. Another picture of a farm. Here, so you can see where it in terms of where it is in the state. So here's Salinas. We've got Monterey over here, and then up further north is San Francisco. So you can see here's the region, the Salinas Valley region, and San Francisco's up here. Los Angeles is down here. Now this whole main area here is very much farmland. So when we think of California, we always think of like LA and San Francisco and big cities, but there's a huge portion of the state that's farmlands, and that's what we're seeing here. The story takes place in the town of Soledad, right, which is close to Salinas here, and this is where John Steinbeck grew up, and which he actually worked on a lot of these ranches where we see, these farms. He worked on them as a young man, and so it's said that the inspiration for this novel of Mice and Men were based on a couple of workers he actually saw. All right, so during the 1930s, the country went through what we know of as the Great Depression. Again, you learned about this in U.S. history. It was a time when many Americans lost their jobs, their homes, and in some cases their families. It wasn't unusual for men to just pick up and leave because they couldn't take care of their families anymore and they felt ashamed, or whatever. Many people were homeless, and they didn't have enough to eat. So here's a picture of a food line here, like a soup kitchen. So it says free coffee and donuts for the unemployed, and you can see all these people lined up. And this is in the city. Again, our story takes place in the the rural farm areas, but this was just what was going on during in the country during this time period. A couple more pictures of the Great Depressions. We've got, guys, this is a soup kitchen here. Some people eating, probably the only meal they're going to get that day. here's a couple of guys, saying, hey, I want a decent job. I'm a family man. Here I'm 37. I'm a war veteran. I have a family. This guy, hey, I'm 44. I have a family. And this is what I can do. So people, they were really desperate to find work during this time. Now in the West, when we're looking at farms and farmlands, many sought work as farm laborers because those were the jobs that were available. And then many had lost their farms due to the droughts in the plains states like Kansas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, and we call that the Dust Bowl. And so basically there was this huge drought and, farmers couldn't grow anything, and so they ended up losing their farms to the banks, and then they had to find work. So a lot of them went to California to work on the farms there. So this is a picture of a migrant family, you know, going somewhere. But we're not, like I said, we're not going to get into a whole lot of super big, super minute details. Many of these workers were migrant workers, and that means that they moved from farm to farm based on the seasons and the crops. And a lot of these migrants were single men, and that's who we're going to see in our story. Our story is mainly single men. There's only one female character in the story. Because of the nature of the work, these men generally didn't have wives or families. They're moving from place to place, and they basically worked alone. They didn't generally travel with other people. It was usually just them going from place to place, every man for himself kind of deal. And it was lonely because they didn't stay in one place for long. And then so here is a video that gives you some more visualization of the novel and the the setting of it. Here's a picture. This is actually came from the movie of Mice and Men, which I highly recommend that you watch as we read. Again, I don't have access to the video. I couldn't find a free video, so you may have to like rent it on Netflix or Amazon or YouTube. If we were in school, I have the video and I would be showing it to you, but I don't know how to show it to you on here. Because when I've tried to show videos through this Screencastify, like the audio is all messed up, or else I would just play the video through here and let you watch it. But I can't do that. If I figure it out, then I will get that to you. All right, so the video you're going to watch here, here's the link to it. Only watch up to 6 minutes and 10 seconds because it's going to get really boring after that. And there's really not much, that you really need to understand our book beyond 6 minutes and 10 seconds. Now, if you want to watch the whole video, feel free. And there's this is part 1 of 2. So there's like another 10-minute video after this one. If you really want to watch it, have at it. And then after you watch the video, there's an anticipation guide I'd like you to fill out and that we'll talk about on Wednesday. So, this is your assignment for today is to watch, this presentation that I'm giving you right now, this short 6-minute video, and then to fill out the anticipation guide and hand it in. Again, I hope you guys are all safe and healthy and doing well. And I miss you a lot. Hopefully we'll be back together soon and we can see each other and you don't have to see me on this, stupid, video where, let's face it, I'm still in my pajamas, as I'm sure some of you are. Anyways, all right, love you guys. I will talk to you on Wednesday. Alrighty. Have a good one. Now I have to figure out how to turn this thing off. How do I turn it off, I think? All right, I think I got it. Wait. Okay, I think I got it. All right. Talk to you guys later.